This is Kingsmen, and today the message is seeing your son clearly. I have a 6-year-old son, and the one thing that I want him to understand and know that I see him every single day. Now you may be wondering, yeah, I see him. I see him all the time. No, I mean clearly, can you see him? Can you see the way that he acts? Can you see that the way that he talk around certain people? Can you see the way that he does the little things that makes him afraid, the things that he runs to, the things that charge him up, the things that makes him excited? Can you really see your son? And your son may be in middle school, high school, whatever the age group is. Can you see him? Because it is best for us as men to see our sons, because have you noticed that every little thing that he does, if it's playing the guitar, if it's playing basketball, if it's doing something new, if it's doing something exciting to him, he wants to invite you in. He wants to have you participate in it. Have you ever seen your son say, "Hey, Dad, look what I just done. Dad, look what I just did. Dad, look what I'm doing. Hey, look at what I'm doing. Hey, look." It doesn't stop. It just transforms into a different way of saying, "Hey, Dad, do you see me?" So today, this subject is so important because we have young men today that just want to be seen, that just want their father to say, "Man, I see you. I see how good you're doing. I see how well you're doing. I see that you're going to school on time. I see that you're doing the chores around the house without me asking. I see you, son. I see you." Now, as a man, your deepest strength or your superpower is not based off your disciplines, not based off you providing, and not based off your just consistency, right? It's based off, do you see your son? Do you see your son? Now, you can make your son grow by you seeing him, or you can harden him. You can harden his heart by not seeing him at all. So I ask you today, are you seeing your son? Because it's valuable that you get to see him. It's valuable that you see him. The anger that, if he's older, the anger that he has towards you is not because you didn't see. It's the anger that he has for you. If your son is angry right now with you, it's not based off anything else but, did you see me? Meaning, did you acknowledge what I did? How did you acknowledge? When did you acknowledge? Did you acknowledge in a way that, man, my dad really does see me? That makes him say that afterwards. Man, my dad really does care. Man, my dad really wants to be here. Because there's a different way. You can say that you see your son. You can say that you are looking at him. You are paying attention to him, but you really are not. You got this over here going on. You got that over here going on. You got so many things that's asking for your attention, but the one thing that is asking for your attention, that all he wants for you to do is to say, "Hey, I see you." You can't do it because your mind is divided. Your attention is divided. So today I want to make sure that we direct this ship. You are that ship. As a king and as a man, it is one of those things that you are the ship, and you need to be directed in a way that you should go, because there's another ship that's right behind you. It's a small one. And he is looking for a good rudder. He is looking for a way to go about doing what he needs to do. So that's what we're here to talk about today. So I have 3 keys that I want you to follow. And as these 3 keys come into your spirit, I want you to understand that I want you to look at them from the standpoint of, how does this help me become a better father? How does this make me the person who I was created to be as a father, being in this position from birth, right? That's what I want us to look at today. So our first key that we have today on this masterclass and things that I want you to share is learn his emotional language. So learning your son's emotional language can be in many different ways. It can come in many different ways. You can have them, an emotional wave will come from school, it will come from home, it will come from friends, it will come from girlfriend, it will come from his own time alone, right? I know you may be saying this is a whole little wave of emotions. That's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. They are a wave of emotions. So in his mind, you probably went through it too when you was growing up. I mean, I did, which is I'm trying to figure out what to do with these emotions. I'm trying to figure out how to make these waves, when they hit my boat or hit my ship, they don't make me fall or stumble, or they don't make me feel some kind of way. But I allow them to hit the ship and they just bounce back off, right? That's what your son is looking to do. Is how do I go about dealing with these emotions, dealing with the things that I'm going through? How do I go about doing this? How do I go about making sure that my emotional language doesn't interfere with where I'm going? So as a father, he's looking for that from you. He's looking for that. He's looking on how to go about dealing with these emotional challenges that he's dealing with. But he don't know how to come out to you to talk about it. He may feel like this is a lot. Now, and it's also a thing that if you have burned him in a way, shut him down, or when I say burn, it's meaning like shut him down, shoot him away, or made him feel some kind of way with his emotions when they rise up, he's not going to come to you in that manner. It's going to slowly fade away. It's going to slowly separate you guys from each other. But the one thing I want you to understand is welcome his emotions. Welcome his emotions. Ask him a question like, tell me how you feel, right? What is the thing that you're going on in your mind, so I can be able to help you dissect those thoughts, dissect the things that you feel, so we can be able to get those and get through it together. So you don't have to try to figure things out on your own, and I'm over here thinking that you're okay. You don't want that separation. You don't want that kind of separation where your son is feeling like he can't talk to you, because as a man, he needs that man kind of communication with you. You know what I'm saying? So, because if he don't have it with you, who is he going to have it with? He's going to have it with a girl. The one thing I would not like for young men to do is confide in a little girlfriend who also emotions is everywhere too. So what's happening is when you confide in them, what's happening is that they're confirming with you everything that you're telling them, because they don't know how to, most of them don't know how to dissect or deal with their emotions in a way, right? Because as a young man, your emotions are different. Your emotions are coming from a different way, different place. So as you are having these emotions, it's best to go to your father. Now, if your father is not there, go to a man that has shown you a great example of what a father or a man should be, right? That's what I ask for my young men to do. Our second point today is study his identity and interests. What is your son's identity? When I say identity, it is you have seen your son do something and you was like, that's him. If he's outspoken, if he speaks up without you having to tell him or monitor him or do it or say, hey, talk back to the person or talk to the person while they're talking to you, that's his personality. If he's energetic, if he's just outgoing, that's his identity. That's who he is. Don't try to make his identity your identity, meaning like you're trying to make him into the person that you want him to be, or you see him for him to be, right? Don't put your old things that you went through on him. There's a reason why he is who he is, because God made him who he is, right? So invest in who he is. Invest in his identity. If his identity is strong will, invest in that. Find a way to communicate to your son's identity to motivate him to move, to motivate him to go do what he needs to do without you having to tell him about everything that he needs to do, right? That's what you want. Your son has interests, may have a lot right now, but try to fine tune the interest that he has. Hey, if it's swimming, if it's basketball, find out what his interest is. Find out what he likes, because if you find out what he likes and his identity, you can be able to direct his ship a lot faster, direct his ship a little bit more than than the person who you don't know about, right? Because if you don't know about your son, or if you don't know his interests or identity, it's going to be a little harder for you to direct the ship, because now you're going against heavy currents. You're going against currents that you haven't even seen before. Not only that you're going against your currents, you're going against his currents. So now you're colliding, like you're just colliding a lot. That's not what you want. Right now you want to catch it early at a younger stage where you can be able to say, hey, I see my son's identity. I see what he's doing, and I see why he's acting that way, and I get it, right? And I see his interests. My son loves to draw, so I'm going to sit at the table and draw with him. I'm going to sing with him. I'm going to be silly with him. I'm going to do what I need to do, because when it's time to get serious, I need to have his ear. I need to have a particular place in his heart where it's like, I can turn him up, I can turn him down, and I can drive him where he needs to go. It's like pinpointing the thing where, like, hey, this is what we need to do. As a man and as a son, it is best for us to have that kind of communication where it's different from mom. It's different. It has to be different, because there's going to be times in your life where you're going to need your father. There's going to be times in your life where you're going to be needing the things that you're having to do right now. And your father is the one that can help you and direct you, because his ship has already like blazed the waters, blazed certain trails, blazed certain oceans, blazed certain waves, been through certain high tide, low tide, everything. Your father has set ground on in certain areas where he knows, okay, well, if we go this way, it's going to be good for you. Well, if we go that way, you're going to have some issues and some obstacles. So my goal is to make sure that the way is smoother for you. So just listen to me, right? So, but you will only know that if you know that's your son's identity and interests. So the last thing that I want to talk to you today. So we already talked about your son's learning your son's emotions, right? And then next we learned about the identity and what is your son's interest. So this one is like a all-in-one for you. It's lead with consistency and control. It's lead with consistency, not control, right? Because if you lead with consistency, you have shown your son over and over, time and time again, my dad, at this time, he does this, and at this moment, he does this. He says this way. The reason why he says it this way is because he wants me to understand this particular thing in this particular way, so I can be able to make a better decision than the wrong decision, right? That's what consistency or leading with consistency is. It's that no matter what, no matter the time, my dad is always going to do or say this in this particular way, because he wants to direct me in a way that I should go, in a way that I need to go, in a way that I can be able to say, man, my father used to always say this, and I understand now why he says it. This is why it's best to lead with consistency. So remember, always be calm. Don't match their emotions when it comes to being consistent with your communication. That's what we're talking about now, is being calm and don't match his emotions. Regulate it, right? Regulate the emotion in the conversation. Regulate the emotion when you're having an activity or going somewhere. You can always have this time where you can always regulate their emotions. Because if you help them regulate the emotions, they can be able to stand and make better choices in those times. Be clear. When you clear with your conversations with your son, be clear. That means set a firm understanding of boundaries. Remember that I am your father. We are not like friends. We are not like buddy. It should be more, I am your father figure, right? I am your father figure. Yes, we may kid. Yes, we may have fun and everything, but when we hanging out and everything, and you just try to do things to try to like embarrass me as a father, or know your boundaries. This is for just the sons. Like, know your boundaries, but also understand that as a father, you can have fun with your son. You can kid around. You can be able to, talk to your son in a certain way, but it has to be that understanding, that understanding that I can't cross this line because he's still my dad. You see what I'm saying? So be consistent, meaning that you have to show up. That's basically all it is. You have to show up. You have to show up. It's a must. Man, I got this meeting to go to. Cool, understand. Take him with you. My son don't know how. Well, you need to teach your son how to deal with meetings. Well, I got this person I need to talk to. You need to tell her how you need to probably talk to your son and how to be in the background. Your son needs to be a student of you. He shouldn't be separated from you. He should be a student of you, because as time goes on, man, my dad, when he was in his meeting, he dealt with the gentleman or the lady in this way, in this manner. Always professional, always calm, always clear with what he said and how he said it, and always consistent with the things that he did and how he dressed. And it was simple. That's what you want to see, and that's what you want to hear from your son. And the one thing that I have for you today, and we're going to just close it with this. This is what we're going to close with. And I wrote this, and I just want you to understand that kings, you as fathers, your son doesn't need a perfect father. He needs a present father. He needs a father who can look past the attitude and see his pain. Past the silence and hear the confusion. Past the mistakes and recognize the growth taking place. When you take time to truly see him, his emotions, his interests, his struggles, you help build a man inside. Every conversation is shaping him. Every moment you choose patience over anger is teaching him emotional strength. Let's be the father who guides, not just correct. Let's see our sons clearly so they can see themselves with confidence. I wanted to read that to you because I want you to understand is that, do you see your son clearly? And if you do see your son clearly, the one thing I want to say is that you have the opportunity to make a confident man. And that's what we want today, is more confident men, not incompetent men. So Kingsmen, I ask you today, do you see your son?